everyone? It's Behind the Counter. We're live. Well, I'm making sure. I couldn't see the sound thing going. But Behind the Counter, live here in Insane Games TV. It's Monday, April 25th, 2022. Steve, Mike, and I are all here. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Not bad. Feeling hot. Very hot.
What?
I'm watching the replay. It's such a great... Seaton took the chair and twirled it. And instead of getting out of the way, it kind of went around him and pretty much made it even worse.
More into the way.
Now it's just rolling halfway. It's going to run into Dansbury, Steve. It has no brakes on it.
It wouldn't be the first natural disaster.
We are live here. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I went on Delay Plaza for the weekend, and I can't seem to ever get away without a disaster strike in this store.
It's a classic. How it goes down.
Can you explain the story as to what happened?
So I came in, already running a little late on Sunday morning. So Dan's out of town for the weekend, and I've opened the store a lot of times, and I've yet to see this happen where the power goes out overnight, and it flips all the breakers, and you have to do those before you can get anything to turn on. So I was experimenting with it for a little while because I didn't want to have to call Dan, but then I had to call him. And I called him once and twice, and his phone was just turned off. I don't know what was going on. And then somehow he still knew how to call me back, so I think he may have been giving me the click or ignoring me, but...
What did happen the first time? The first time you called, I don't think I could get it in time. First off, I'm up in the mountains. I had very little service.
It didn't ring.
Oh, if it didn't ring, then I just didn't have service.
But he still was able to know I called, so the call went through.
I don't know if I missed. Maybe I missed the call. I know exactly where I was. I was in the home.
He fucking ignored me.
Yeah, I was in the Marshall's parking lot, getting out to go into the liquor store.
But after that went down, then I had to log in all the computers out there. They're brand new. I tried all Dan's classic pins that he uses around here. None of them work. So I get it down to, all right, try one more time. And then I text Dan, and he tells me it. And I type in, it's wrong, and then it says restart the computer completely to try more times. And then Dan's like, oh, sorry, I mixed the last two numbers.
It was a 4-digit pin. I was doing the numbers in my head. Okay, is this? It was really that and that.
Why didn't you just use the classic Dan one? It was time to move on.
Because I didn't want the classic Dan one being the store one. I mean, I don't want all the people here to know what my classic pins are. I mean, so I kind of made it a different pin, which is still one of my classic pins.
That's literally the one everyone has to get into.
It's not that hard to figure out what those numbers are.
That's the one literally everybody has to get into. I don't see why you put a secretive pin on that one.
It's not a secretive pin.
Instead of the ones that everyone already knows, now you're telling them all your other ones.
It's my birth date.
Oh. Wow.
Really? 10.
And I'm looking on Facebook.
And then the year.
Okay.
I mean, I can care less people know that word. It's just a pin to our computer. It's not a big deal. That pin doesn't get used for anything else.
The long story short, it was a stupid morning, and it was all Dan's fault.
No, the reality is, we have a very sophisticated space here. Am I wrong? And that power, but we went from having. Remember, we went from being in the what do you want to call it? The little peon stores, the shacks. You want to call it. We were in a shack before, and we moved up to a mansion. And now we have this sophisticated power brick in the back. That when the power goes out, the whole thing just goes. If you watch, if the power goes out and you're watching the power box, you'll see all the levers themselves go. They all turn off on their own, and they automatically kick out to reset. So you gotta hit the little reset buttons first, then you turn them on.
Pretty stupid.
Stupid or not, it's pretty sophisticated. Let them go. They just walked in.
As I was coming in yesterday, Nico was in the back, flipping through all the breakers again.
So what transpired with the TV?
It just didn't. Everything else turned on except the.
So who unplugged the TV?
Tom.
And left the cable hanging there. So I had to battle up against the wall trying to get the cable in.
Classic Tom.
Classic Tom.
But
how much time did Tom spend looking at the TV?
At most 10 minutes.
And he had Nico flipping the switches back and forth?
He took the cable and then he plugged it into a PS4 just to see if the cable was still working, and it wasn't getting power. This is our streaming center where we do things.
after that, Nico came out. I came out after him, and we were just. I was trying to get NASCAR on the big TV up top, downloading YouTube TV, and
So that was a classic. Does anyone work here? And what is this place? Classic. Classic. So what else happened around here, Steve? Anything else good? Yeah, so the whole TV was a debacle. I came in this morning and found out the TV was just completely randomly unplugged. And then I had to go and try to figure out all that. And then we couldn't find the remote. And Luke and I looked in the same place like 8 times. Literally 8 times. I am dead serious. I literally put my nose into the area where where the remote was and couldn't see it. And then Steve just walks in and grabs it. I'm so not sold. Did you hear about this one?
What?
So we couldn't find the remote this morning. So after I fixed the TV and determined what the issue is, I then couldn't find the remote to turn the TV on. So Luke and I were looking around. I probably looked under the computer
Oh, is it under there? After all
like
that.
6 times.
It does get in a sneaky spot.
And Steve just came in and just grabbed it right out of there. I'm not so much sure that Steve didn't have it hidden somewhere else. It made it seem
was
like he
behind
pulled it
the
out of there.
stapler.
In Steve's office all along.
I'm gonna remember that for next time all the power goes out. But
When Steve first came in, he was upset because he couldn't watch his races.
Oh, boy, I didn't even think
He
of
was
that.
starting to get worried.
I had to download so many different apps on the big TV up top.
Well, I thought they were already in. But
Well, the TV up top doesn't have any of the apps on it, I don't think. It just has... Well, you could have used one of the Xboxes.
They were all using the Xboxes.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
you could have used that TV. Or any of the ones in the bar.
That's true.
They all have the YouTube TV app loaded on them.
But I can't sit in the bar watching NASCAR. on my
You
own.
could have sit in the lobby area, in the seating area.
Yeah.
So how are you watching it then?
We put it on the top TV, right?
I used the Fox Sports app and just kind of jerry rigged it to work.
Well, that works. That's cool.
There's a will, there's a way.
It's true. So what, anything else happened this weekend? Pretty interesting. Some pop trade-ins. How many pops are total in that trade-in?
I didn't count them up. It's 3 big bags worth.
Who did it all?
Me and Nico. I scanned them and got the prices. He wrote them down and added it up. Pretty good though. Good
How
for
much is it all
Comic-Con.
worth?
It was like all probably around 700, maybe a little more. But all Marvel pops. Be good for Comic-Con. A lot of random zombie ones. I wanted to.
I
look
think I
at
know
them
who
at
the
time,
guy is. Is it the guy that came in right before COVID that one time
but I wouldn't have
and bought a
remembered
bunch
him.
of pops?
I didn't see
reddish
that
hair,
guy.
beard?
No beard. The
He
color
may
maybe. He could have shaved.
He might not have a beard anymore.
In those years since, he could have shaved.
It's a fair point.
Was it good when he came in?
I think it's him 'cause he has that set of all those Target pops. All the ones that are all different colors. They're Target,
Those
right?
are pretty cool.
Isn't Target
I
the
don't
exclusive one?
remember. I think they're all over the place. But those, because I've seen some at GameStop as well. Those people were interesting that just came in as well. Like, hello, is anyone here? So I go over there, they're like, what's that back there? I was like, oh, we do Twitch and other things. Like, well, that's weird. I was like, oh, I'm glad you think so. And then they're just like, they have 360 controllers? And I said, yep, $40. And they're like, ow, I heard they were $5. I was like, like, is there anyone else in the small that sells them? I was like, not in the small. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God! These type of people.
And I was like, if they said $5, maybe 5 below, but
It's
we'll
a
give them a
classic.
look.
You never know. You see. Here's what I've learned over the years. You always know that the sale and the conversation isn't going to go well when it starts out with anyone here. Like, it's not going to end well. It's always a weird question or something like that. Like, oh, 40 Bob. Well, good luck. You can't find 360 wireless controllers anywhere. Microsoft brand, by the way.
No, it is what it is. Good luck in finding their $5 controller. If they do find one, it's going to be the worst. You probably crumble it with your hands. Like Thanos or some shit.
Goodness. So, you guys do a fantasy league?
Me, Nico, and Tom did a Madden drafting one. And it started out pretty cool. Everyone was drafting nice teams. And then Tom started getting greasy first. And he made a trade for Debo Samuel on his team, who was a very absurd player. I thought we were just going to go with our draft. So today when I came in, I traded Colin Kaepernick for Kyler Murray.
Are you upset about that?
Just said it was fair. Now Nico needs to do one, he said, though.
It seems like a pretty bad trade right there
For them or me?
for you, getting rid of the cap. I don't know much about scores. This is just
A year or two ago, I would have, just because he was younger, but he'll just retire in a year or two at his age in the game. If I could have had Cap for 10 years in the game, then I would have kept him. 33 is an old man in the video game.
How old's Cap in the game?
33.
It is kind of old.
Kaepernick or Kyler Murray's already rated better, and he's only 25.
Yikes.
So it's looking good for our little franchise league. I'm looking forward to busting Nico out. We played once the other day. He took my buns. I was very rusty.
Now, I'm still not quite sure I understand how this whole thing works. You guys just play each other and that's it?
Yep, we sim all the other games in the season, and then we play in the same
So
division.
you take losses?
Whatever the computer gives you. And hopefully we get to meet up in the playoffs as well. If we get to the Super Bowl, then you get to play. You get computer, but
So what's your record right now?
we just started. We haven't played any yet.
You haven't played each other yet?
I think the first game is tonight.
So how does that work?
Well, we just join up on Xbox Live.
So who plays who?
Me versus Nico first.
So what does Tom do?
He does nothing.
Or what, are you playing Tom after?
It depends how the season schedule lines up, but it should be. We all have to play each other twice per season because we're in the AFC West. I'm the Raiders, Tom's the Broncos, and Nico's the Chargers.
So you'll have 4 games in your season
Yes.
for the regular season.
it seems like you'll need more people.
No. Well, the fun of it is so you can upgrade your players fast and stuff like that too, because it goes by season. So you're just cranking it out, and making your guys better, replacing some.
So if you keep
This
playing,
is mostly
eventually Kyler Murray
experimental.
could be like 45.
They probably retire around 35 or 36.
So then who's a new young one that comes in?
They actually have the college draft classes. People upload them. So it's pretty cool how it works out.
Interesting. I'm not sure I
Yeah,
fully
we'll see
understand
how it works out. If it's fun, maybe do some more, get some more people in. The doctor wanted in, but we had all the Xboxes and all of our copies running.
So-
Oh, I saw the Xbox X out there and all the maneuvering that took place. I was well aware when I came out there. Oh, what do we have here? The Series X is out. I spotted, the minute I saw that cord dangling from the TV, I knew Tom's fingerprints were around there somewhere. It's a classic Tom move. Tear everything apart and don't put anything back together. Am I wrong?
He thought he was helping.
It gives me something to do tomorrow morning.
Such as what?
Putting everything back together out there.
Do you have Game Pass, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, so you could have played. I guess I didn't think of that. I thought you were not into the Xbox business. You can play as well.
No, I'm not interested. What?
I thought you were the fantasy god, though.
Oh, that's not fantasy.
It is, kind
No,
of.
it's not. No.
fantasy mixed with
Fantasy
video
is based
games.
off of real life sports.
As are these characters.
No.
Someone's
No, it's
particular
not. But don't make no mistake about it, Mike. It is Danny fucking Two Belts over here, and they sit right up there, baby. March Madness champion and fantasy football champion right now. This cat right here.
Those aren't the belts for that. I'm pretty sure one of those is Dave's belt. Isn't
Right
that
here.
Dave's belt?
Nope.
Yep, that's Dave's title.
No, it's not.
isn't it?
Dave's is... I don't even know where Dave must have taken his back. I don't even know where it is.
Don't lie.
That's those two WWE belts are this cat's right here.
Fake belt. Not even the real belt.
Steve. See, right here is Danny Two Belt.
Don't look at him. Fake belts, man.
They're not fake. They're not fake belts.
Oh, they're fake.
Oh, they're not.
You told me yourself they're fake.
No, they're not. Those aren't fake.
Which
Those are-
one signed?
One's
they're
the
both
black one signed by Ric Flair,
That one's a wet one.
and then the one over there is signed by
A freak.
Wazeezy or Wizeezy or G-Eazy.
Don't know that person. Does anyone know that person?
Tyler went and got him autographed. Some Wazlee Khalif or something like that.
Wiz Khalifa?
Maybe.
A rapper?
Yeah.
You didn't sign that.
Yes,
Get
he
the fuck
did.
out of here.
I'm dead fucking
No, he
serious.
didn't.
Hang on,
Grab
I'm
it.
gonna call him right now. And I don't know who it is. You won't be able to tell by the signature.
If you said Wiz Khalifa, that'd be different. But yeah, absolutely. Did not
Let's
sign
see
that
if he.
belt.
I'm gonna call this little prick right now, and see if he answers. And I'm gonna ask him who he
That's
ran
a
over,
little prick.
and he almost tripped over himself trying to get the autograph. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yo, I had a question for you. You're on air, by the way.
Oh, okay. What's up?
When we went to that Raw back in Orlando, who was that guy that you almost tripped over trying to get to him to sign the belt?
Wale?
Wale.
Dan said it was Wiz Khalifa.
I did, well, man. I couldn't remember who it was.
I said, there's no fucking way Wiz Khalifa signed that belt.
Well, it's way up on the top. We can't tell by looking at the autograph.
Wiz Khalifa?
I couldn't remember who it was. First off,
He's like 5'10".
first I don't know what either one looks like, and B, they both start with a W, so I give that a win.
And I asked him, I was like, the rapper? And he said, yeah.
Musket, for all I care, not fucking Wale.
Tyler saw him, and he went sprinting over to try to get his autograph. And he did sign
And
it.
I got his autograph, and your belt's probably worth a couple hundred more.
I bet you he has. I bet there's not too many WWE belts out there that he signed.
And also, he retweeted me that night too.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means.
Well, it doesn't mean much anymore since Elon Musk bought Twitter, but
That is an interesting subject.
It is a very interesting situation. Unfolded relatively quickly. All right, well that's it.
alright, drop that.
Adios. So Wale, sorry,
Far from.
I stand corrected. It wasn't the other one.
That was absurd.
Well, not really.
Absurd. Look at these high shoes. Throw them on Danny NASCAR set.
Well, that's the other thing. So now we have all this new. I don't know why. I bought high
that's
shoes for the sole purpose of selling in the retail landscape of the store, and we never have them. Everyone's taking all of them.
Everyone's looking at these guys. Need help.
No, they're out the door.
No,
How many have
so-
you had?
I probably had almost one of each flavor. I haven't double dipped any flavors yet.
How many have you had?
I bought 2 of them and then took the one last Tuesday.
I've had one grape and one banana. That's it.
Not true.
This is 100% true.
You've had like that since you got you. You took a strawberry right there.
I had a piece of a strawberry. I didn't
That
take a
doesn't count.
strawberry.
You still took it.
I took a banana.
Oh,
I
right,
opened
so
one.
That was your
I said,
second banana.
I
at
said, I
least.
don't know why. I don't know why I opened this. I threw it on the counter. Said someone else can have these.
So the pandemic is the high chews are very fucking good, and everybody eats them, and they're very rough on your teeth.
Excuse me.
Very chewy.
But they're very delicious.
Once you start eating them, it's hard.
Once
to
you
quit.
stop, once you start, you cannot stop.
So that goes along with all the other snacks Dan got. Finally returned of the skinny Jims back in. The Slim Jameses.
James the Slims.
It's not only treats for us, but they're ash treats, dog treats as well. When he goes and he pees and poops
That little
outside,
bastard
he gets a
doesn't.
little
He deserves a few Slim Jims every once in a while. When he goes out and does his proper business, and he
You know-
knows he's looking for him when he comes in.
He does. You know what I gave him the other day, Steve?
What?
A piece of chicken from Yum Yum Kitchen.
Had stomach ache for 3
And
days.
he fucking loved it. He did his classic thing where I fed it to him directly, and he took it in his mouth and he spit it out at first. He was wicked confused what it was. And then he picked it back up and he ate it.
One thing I've learned from that dog is he is an overanalyzer. He analyzes everything. He's actually relatively intelligent.
It probably was one of the strangest sensations out of nowhere.
Like if he has never had them before, he'll pick it up, he'll put it down, he'll look at it and examine it, and then determine that it can be eaten. However, if he has a bottle cap, he'll just eat it. I don't really understand like what.
Or freaking animal guts.
We need to relive that experience.
He tried. It looked like some bird got into another bird's nest out there in the same spot.
And left the body in the middle of the road. It was like in bird terms, it was a goddamn murder in the middle of the night and left out in the streets for all the other birds to see.
Yeah.
It was definitely some kind of saying being put out from one bird to the rest.
I don't know if they think that.
I don't know. It was definitely don't fuck with me in my nest over here. You'll be out on the ground like that bird.
People have said crows are incredibly intelligent.
They remember everything. Crows.
They can have generational hate down to their children and pass it on. Like if there's one guy that shoots crows or something, they'll remember it and tell their kids and everything like that. Very interesting.
I'm not sure that's accurate.
I'm gonna teach crows to hate Dan.
I'm not sure that's an accurate statement.
I'll look it up.
Say, can they generationally hate people?
I heard that from someone else before, but now I'm trying to wonder if it was Mike that said it before.
Crow generational knowledge.
What do we got, Steve?
Scientists have known for years that crows have great memories. They can recognize a human face and behavior and pass it on to their offspring.
Apologize, Dan.
No.
Fucking apologize.
I will not.
Crows are supposedly as smart as a 7-year-old.
Interesting.
Which is smarter than Dan.
That's a low blow right there.
Take that back.
Alright, they're about the same. About the same. Dan likes to eat chalk and stuff like that.
Eat what?
Chalk.
When am I ever eating chalk?
I don't know, when you're being like a 7-year-old.
It's good for heartburn.
Is it really?
That's why like Tom's
Tom's basically chalk.
Is that
Yeah.
chalk?
No, but it's
pretty much.
Why'd you say it was chalk?
You can't go color the driveway with one.
You
You can
probably
try.
could.
I don't know about that.
You probably wouldn't get too far before it crumbled. But
But they do have like they're like Tom's like Necco wafers. They have that chalky material.
So you do eat chalk.
No.
You just said you know they're by how they taste. So they have that chalky taste.
Well, Necco wafer just looks like a piece of chalk.
Between us all, Dan eats chalk. You heard it here first.
Anything else we have to talk about? Anything else happen over here?
This weekend, not really. I mean, the heaters, it's fucking hot in here. Dan paid for and got these nice
We got
things
brand new
installed.
thermostats installed. It was really, really nice around here. It was like a goddamn Plaza Hotel. It was rocking at a cool 70, 72.
We had one day of bliss, and then
And then I go away for the weekend, and I come back, and it's at 676. Someone definitely broke it when I was gone. It was working when I was here.
I think I don't know.
It was working Friday.
It probably went overhaul
How did it go over? How could it do that?
because it wasn't ever fixed, and it was like hanging by a thread. And once it started, it broke. How'd you feel?
I agree.
You agree? So you just said one of us broke it.
What did you just say?
I said it was just hanging by a thread and natural use caused it to break.
Oh, that's not at all what it, I don't think
you
so.
said I agree.
I didn't think that's what you said.
Wow. So what do you propose broke it?
And I think the power going out did something.
Perhaps.
Which goes back to the whole why that had to happen when I wasn't here. Classic situation. Dan leaves and the power goes
I
out.
think
The only
Dan
thing else
set
that
it up
could,
on purpose.
the only thing else that could have happened is Spectrum knocking their services out for some reason.
I think you set me up on purpose.
Oh yeah, I called them all. I was like, "Can you turn the power off, please?"
I don't think you went as far as to call them all. You probably Steve closed that night, so you're like, Steve, why don't you flip all the breakers on Mike tonight? Keep it between us.
Nah, I didn't flip any breakers. To break
Even if
them.
I did that, there's no way Steve would ever go for that.
He might.
No, he wouldn't. There's no way Steve could live with himself the next morning knowing that he set Mike up to fail in the morning. Would you be able to?
I mean, I also had to close that day too, so I would have to.
Well, on your way out, if you just did it quick.
But that's actually a serious question. If I were to call Steve that night and told you to do all that, say, Steve, we're going to play joke on Mike. I want you to turn all the breakers off and knock the switches out. So Mike comes in and he doesn't know what to do. And then, oh, by the way, don't say anything to him about it. There's no way you could go the whole next day without saying something.
No.
You wouldn't be able to sleep that night.
I would have just went home eventually if no one said anything. They're like, well, I guess I can't open. I can't turn on the computers nor the lights. You open the gates and you handwrite receipts and you light a candle.
Well, the light from the mall would fill in the store.
Yeah, you could probably swing it. Be very dark though, very dark.
But
So,
what else? I don't know. Anything else? Kind of a quiet week.
They were all
It's quiet all night yesterday till like 5 minutes before closing.
the
Two
classic.
teenagers walked in, walked around for like 10 minutes.
You hate to see
Didn't
it.
buy anything.
Yeah, they bought $10 game. That was it.
Boo.
What is worse?
It is what it is.
Is it more insulting they walk around for an hour and not buy anything, or they walk around for an hour and buy like a $2.99 item?
$2.99 items,
That
definitely.
is a slap in the face.
I think that's a slap. I'd rather them not be legit. They just don't find anything that they want instead of.
I'd say that's probably my most hated customer. The ones that just like to, they come in and aimlessly browse right as they're about to be closing.
Because they know it. They're not dumb. They know.
They had to have walked and see, because we stay open later than pretty much everywhere else in the mall. So then they walk by all the closed stores in the mall, and they see one with their gate open, and they're like, well, I guess I'll just wander around in here for a while.
I had everything all counted. I had the report all printed out to send to Dan.
You just hate to see it.
That's tough. That's tough.
But anything else? A little bit of a shorter episode. Well, we started early, so anything else?
I think that's it for this
All right,
one.
so that's gonna be this episode of Behind the Counter. It's actually warm out. It's starting to get a little warmer in the 60s this week.
It's gonna be nice.
Nice day out today. So
Try to get that AC running.
hope everyone has a great week. We have High Five up next, and then Danny NASCAR No Look Monday Night Gaming all tonight. I think pretty much everyone had last week off for the most part, so I think everyone will be back at it this week. So until next week, adios.